What it do, familia? It's your boy Taxi PNG, and we are back at it again with another one. My head looks insane. Hold on. Put this hat on correctly. Just like so. Put my headphones back on because I know they help me concentrate. There we go, bet. So today, you guys are going to be going over my storage solution. This right here is one thing that I buy every single year. So I made a post on Instagram talking about it. This right here is the Western Digital My Book hard drive. So if you guys don't know, when it comes to hard drives, you should only be storing files on hard drives. You should not be editing off of these hard drives. When editing off of a hard drive, you up the chances of it corrupting, which basically means losing your files and all of the hard work that you have worked on for the year, right? So for example, I have currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now this is my 5th one. I currently have 4. I've been doing photography for 4 years. So every single year I buy a new one, and each one is 12 terabytes. A terabyte per month, if you guys see how you can divide that out. So 12 months, 12 terabytes, 1 terabyte per month, right? So this is mainly for my client work. I have one of them that I kind of use for personal, just a little piece, but I'm gonna soon get another one that's only for personal, for YouTube, stuff like that, when I go full-time content creation. But soon I also won't need one for a client, so I may be able to use this one, at least if not half of it, for personal use. Because currently I'm using my SSDs. I have a few SSDs, a few different SSDs. I don't know if I have my box on me right now, but I have a few different SSDs that I've been using for my storage solution. So I went and got it for you guys to show you guys what I'm talking about. This right here is the SanDisk, right? This is the SanDisk Portable Extreme SSD. I use this basically for my personal work, and then I have a 4 terabyte one that I use to edit off of with projects, whether that's client projects and my personal projects as well. But the 2 terabyte I kind of use to edit off of for myself when I'm doing YouTube videos and stuff like that, just to have my projects on, so that way it edits a lot faster, it goes smoother when working with 4K files, right? So you want to edit off of an SSD. You do not want to edit off of an HDD, right? So a hard drive, right? You do not want to edit off of this. I used to edit off of these, right? I messed myself up because I was editing off of an external hard drive that was not a wall outlet power within a wall outlet power source, right? So what that means is these come with power outlets for you to be able to plug into the wall, right? And then they have some of them, like I'm gonna show you guys right now, like these. Then they have some of these right here that are just external hard drives that don't require a power adapter. Basically means that one cable is going to transfer the files and power the hard drive as well. So these are really okay for on the go, but you don't want to use them for files that you really need, right? So I had one of these clank out on me before. And this was a Seagate drive that clunked out on me, and it was mainly because I was editing off of these. So I was transferring files onto it and editing off it at the same time. You need different drives for different, workloads. You need different drives for different reasons. You would use an SSD to edit off of and use these as storage. If I was only using this as storage, it probably would have never corrupted on me. But being that I was doing every single thing off of one hard drive and pushing the 1 terabyte to the max, it corrupted. And from there, I needed to learn a lot more. And I'm just trying to help you guys stop the problem before it even starts, okay? So these hard drives are good for storage. You want to store, put something on there, or backups, storage and backups. We call these cold storages, right? So these are good for you want to store something. Maybe you put it away, you label it, let us know what's on there. We'll let yourself know what's on there. Next thing, put a little label on it. I get the little labels from Walmart that you basically would use. It's a shipping label, and I'll tape not tape, but I will get the sticky shipping label, and I'll put that right on there, and I'll write right on there what's on this drive. Okay, boom, these files are from 2023. This has this person's YouTube videos. This has a little bit of New York in it. It has some music videos. It has Curvos. This, it has all the people that I work with, whatever, boom, this. And I have all them drives on there, cool, and I can just store it away. I don't have to worry about it no more. I can just store it. All of these are kind of the same thing. I either write on them or I will put some masking tape on them. The masking tape wasn't as cute as you guys can see versus when I used the actual, able to draw on it for real. So I'm gonna keep doing this when continuing to use them. Even with my big hard drive that I have over here as well, the bigger versions of these that I have those also. I also have those marked up as well to be able to organize and store those as well. So when I plug something in, I know what year it's from. I know what possibly may be on there potentially, or what things. I write things on there to jog my memory. If it's for 12 TB 2024, right? So it might be 12 TB 2024, and I'll put 12 TB 2024 and then I'll put like bullet point this person's YouTuber, this trip, like to remind myself what's on there. Like I might put 2023 Japan, so I remind myself that, oh, okay, this has Japan's files on there, or you know what I'm saying, little stuff like that. So an example of that's been showing you guys is right here. I'm trying to see what I can show you guys and cannot show you guys. So look, boom. So right here, this one, it has 2022 King Sid, Dion Dulce, Chad Clean, Reem. Then it has 2023 Curvo, Bentley, Ralph, King Sid. It just has like different people that I've worked with. Then boom, 2023 again, it has Neon. So it just has all those different things on there, right? And that's how I separate and organize these out. And I do this every single time. So for a long time, I was just using these single terabyte hard drives, and I kept filling them up, but they were free. I got them from school. So kept filling them up. And I was like, man, I need something bigger. So when I went from these, which are, you know, portable, you know, hard drives, I went and got me one of these bad boys. The first one that I purchased was a 6 terabyte My Book Western Digital hard drive. Never had problem with it, which is why I stuck with the brand. It's been about 5 years of me having these now. But I have some for the last 4 years from doing, you know, photography alone, just the 4 of them for just photography. And I've been using this brand, and I didn't want to switch up because that's all I know. I've only had one mess up on me, and that was Seagate. The Seagate messed up on me and made me feel like shit because I had to do so much to try to get those files back, and I still wasn't able to get all of them back. I still only got about half, if not 40% of the files, man, out of 60. And it was like very heartbreaking because from that moment forward, I knew that I should never delete any files. Like, I don't know how you guys play it, but let me know you guys' file system down below in the comments to let somebody else know, you know, help them out. What is your file system? You know, what do you use? What do you have in play for each year to be able to, you know, store all of your files? Do you delete files? Do you delete clients' photos? I don't, because I never know when I'm going to need to use this, whether it's a documentary I want to shoot later on. I need these files. Whether it's a client hit me back up, oh, hey, my wedding was 2 years ago. Could you edit this little video for me, put this little montage together with the clips, and I'll pay you X amount of dollars. That's money that I would miss out on if I don't have the files. If I deleted the files and felt like I was never going to use it ever again, it's going from my portfolio as well. I look at all of these as a portfolio for me, right? Let me go ahead and show you guys. I'm gonna try to see if I can show y'all. So this is my current setup. You guys see all of those back there. These I currently have, and these are all the ones that are currently plugged in that are being used right now, right? So we have all of these in here. These are all the Western Digital. Each of them are 12 terabytes except for one of them, which is 6, right? And then we have this new one that I'm going to be setting up today as well for you all. We have a Lacy external hard drive as well right here, and then we have all of these Seagate ones. We have a Western Digital one as well, and then we have another Seagate, another Western Digital right here that I also have labeled with everything on there as well. So yeah, like just trying to show you guys, you know, the importance. Just trying to overall show you guys the importance of storage, man, because I feel like storage is the one thing that people sleep on, especially in the photography and videography, well, content creation space in general, and you just can't. You know, some people feel like, oh, you're never going to use this again, oh, get rid of it. But you have to have a storage system in place. So my system has been a cold storage and a hot storage, right? My cold storage is the year, right? So these are 12 terabytes for the entire year. Okay, you got that? Then I have a hot storage. Hot storage is storage that I'm using daily, every single day. Boom, boom, boom. That's for that month, right? So I'll use the files on here for that month. Maybe it's 1 terabyte, maybe it's 2 terabytes. After I'm done using the files for that month, I will offload all of these hot storage files onto the cold storage. You guys get it? So I'm not editing off of this. I'm barely using this for real. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hot storaging everything for the month. And at the end of each month, I am transferring it from the SSD, okay? From the SSD onto the HDD, onto the hard drive, onto the Western Digital My Book hard drive, okay? So it's a very simple system, you guys. The month that you are in, right? Or you can even do week, depending on who you are. The month that you are in, use the external SSD to edit off of, to maybe transfer files between boom, booms, to store some stuff, whatever. And the files that you don't need when you're done with clients, go ahead and transfer those over onto here when you're at home. Okay, boom, easy, simple. You could even have one of these for if you're traveling a lot and you need some backup storage. You know, you can back up your hot storage with a portable cold storage. You know what I'm saying? So that you still have those files in 2 places. When I get to my hot storage, I mean, when I put everything onto my cold storage, I no longer have a duplicate of files. I have them only on here, right? And then I use something called Backup Blaze, right? It's $15 a month, and they run through all of your hard drive that you have connected to your computer, and they back them up automatically. Okay, so if anything ever happens, you're able to contact them and get all of your files back. Or you can use Google Photos. I know some people have used that they use as well. You can use a lot of different cloud storage platforms, but also what I will use is for Google Photos or for Apple iCloud, I put my final videos on there. So I will only save the final products to my Apple iCloud, which is just, sending it to my phone, and it'll save on my Apple iCloud, or my Google Photos, sending it to my phone, and it'll save on my Apple iCloud. I only save final products onto my mobile device, right? And onto, my cloud, my personal cloud that I have on me. My cloud at home, Backup Blaze, run through all of these files, okay? And it's damn near almost unlimited, and it's like $20 or less a month. And they just back up consistently. And if your computer is connected to the hard drive on a consistent basis, it will be able to continue to back them up daily. It backs it up by the minute, by the day, and all of that, you know what I'm saying? And then also, if you disconnect it for more than 30 days, it will lose the files. So you have to keep it connected to your computer within the 30-day maximum. So if you take it off for 10 days, you need to put it back on before the next 20 days. You know what I'm saying? So that we can continue to back it up. It doesn't mean they're going to be lost. It's just saying you're going to have to re-back up the whole drive again, because it has to add those new files to the backup. You get it? You get it? Cool. So I'm gonna kind of walk you guys through how I set one of these up, because if you don't set it up right, you will F yourself over. Okay, so there's two formats. There's an exFAT format, right? And there's a journaled, okay? Mac OS extended journaled. Mac OS extended journaled, if you only have Apple products and you're only gonna be using the Apple mainframe and hardware, right? So that's an iMac, that's a MacBook, that's an iPhone, that's an iPad, that's a tablet, that's all Apple, right? iOS, right? Or iOS, right? And if you're going to be using this between Windows and Apple, you need to be an exFAT. Or if Windows only, you need to be an exFAT. So exFAT will allow it to be able to read the data on here if you are using a Windows and an Apple. But being that I'm only using Apple, I will be doing Mac OS Extended Journaled, right? And when I use Mac OS Extended Journaled, right, this allows me to, it works a lot better when you optimize it for one system. So if you're working with Mac, optimize it only for Mac and use it only for Mac. Because after, if you try to optimize it again, you have to format it. You guys know how you format your SD cards? You format this, you erase it, and then it uploads the new hardware onto here. So it will make it a Mac driver. It will give it the Mac drivers, the Apple drivers to be able to utilize it and read all the files in the Mac format, So yeah, basically that's kind of it. But you go to the disk utility onto your app, MacBook. I'm gonna probably try to show you guys it right now. But you get a disk utility, and once you go to disk utility, you want to go to it's gonna show up on there as Western Digital hard drive, and you want to go to format it. And when you go to erase, it's gonna ask you to format it, and you change the format, right? So I'm gonna just tell y'all what y'all do. So if you want to click on the video, you can. But now I'm gonna show you guys what I do when I do what I do. I'm opening it right now. Just kind of show you guys what comes in the box. Literally, the hard drive itself comes in the box, as you guys can see. This is a 12 terabyte. It comes with like the little casing around it, with the wrapping around it and stuff. I love buying brand new ones, making sure that they're not like they've been returned or refurbished. I don't like playing with that, because I need a brand new one, fresh out the box, with the plastic on it still, with the ports covered. When you purchase them, make sure that the ports are covered still with plastic. The ports, because I bought some, right? I have bought some, and I felt the weight, and the weight was a little off. So what I'm suspecting is people were purchasing these, and they were taking the actual hard drive out of it, and they're returning them, right? So that is illegal, okay? But my thing is, I think people were doing that, okay? Because I bought a few of these, bro, and I was like filling it in the box, and it wasn't too heavy, but it had the tape on it like it was returned. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I bought it, went to plug it in, nothing. No drivers were spinning. You know how when you turn this on, it starts to spin, and when you move it, it kind of feels weird because there's a big fan spinning to keep it cool. And this thing was like, I was feeling the weight. It was not heavy. I felt the weight of the other one. I was like, oh yeah, bro, there's something off. And I looked inside of it, and I'm looking inside of the port, empty. I was like, that's crazy. Oh, maybe they updated it. Hell no. I was looking inside of here, bro. that bit was empty, cuz. Okay, so but make sure that it has all the plastic on it. Make sure that it's good, because I've gotten finesse like that too. I've gotten finesse buying one of these as well, bro. I bought one of these little smaller ones, but you got to think about it. You're dealing with Walmart, bro. If you go to Best Buy and stuff, you'll be fine. Amazon a lot of the time don't have these. A lot of the time I've tried to buy this exact one off Amazon, they don't. They be having the expansion disc and stuff like that, and I don't trust those because that is Seagate. I'm not saying Seagate is ass. I just know that I had Seagate mess up on me. I ain't never had nothing else mess up on me. I had Seagate mess up, but I know it was kind of like a good portion of it was my fault. But I've edited on these too, and I shouldn't be. But I've done that before as well, and these ain't messed up. So hey, I was blaming it at that point, but they gotta make up with me. Okay, they have to make up with me. But other than that, I stick to these. I use these, right, and just make sure that it comes good. I had another one that I had bought that also had nothing in it. It was Western Digital as well, and it was empty. It came empty, bro. So it's supposed to come with a data cable and it's supposed to come with a power cable, right? So this is the power cable that it comes with. Oh, well, this is the data cable that it comes with. This is the power cable that it comes with. So the power cable that it comes with, show y'all that. It's just like a little DC port power cable, real simple, real vibe, right? Yep, cool. You want to make sure, because what happens is the ones that aren't portable, these only have one input. So you put it into your computer and then you put it into the hard drive, and it will make everything spin, but it's also powering it too. So it's doing 2 jobs at once. And then if you're transferring shit back and forth multiple times, it's doing 3 jobs at once. Now, if you're editing off of it, it's acting as an SSD. Now it's doing 4 jobs at once, when it's only meant to do 1 job, which is store. So it's like, if you're doing multiple jobs at once, you're gonna up the chance of it messing up. So this one right here, it will help you with the chance of it not messing up, because it allows you, right, to plug it in as well as power it. 2 separate jobs, 2 separate cords, 2 separate, you know what I'm saying? It allows 2 separate. It's not one cable that's powering it and transferring. You got a transfer cable for data, and then you have a power cable. I'm just trying to make it nice, plain, and simple for you guys, to let y'all know this is how I do it, because I'm not making this video again. So that's why I was like, let me make it now. Let me educate y'all a little piece and let y'all go on by today if you want to try this, you know what I'm saying, storage system up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm about to go ahead and set it up right now. Literally, in the back of it, as you guys can see, it has a little port for you to plug in the port. You just literally plug in the port. Simple, easy, nice. Just like so, and then plug in your power cable as well, and then just make sure that you have extension cord or whatever you need to be able, you know, manage your cables, because this one kind of fits weird inside of the little extension block. When you plug it in, it fits in sideways, so sometimes you might not be able to stack some next to it, because you know, like, you know how it is when you put it into your extension cord, if it doesn't go down and it goes sideways, it might take up the space of a few ports. And that's the one thing that I do hate about these. If these were smaller or they like just went straight out, it would be amazing, but being they take up like 2 ports, bro, and you can't even use a second port. So yeah, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so I'm about to go ahead and set this up right now next to my next one. I need to label this one as well. I'm gonna label it when I have the time. Right now, I'm about to just set it up and show y'all how I do it. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and start the screen recording for you guys. Let me see, just like so. I'm gonna go up here to the search bar, right? Oh, right here. We're gonna search up disk utility, right? Disk utility is gonna come up. Make sure it's screen, there we go. Boom, so disk utility comes up, you're gonna see it right here. It's gonna say my book. I already did it. I filmed this one moment and the entire thing deleted. So yeah, but we're gonna go ahead and hop right into it. So right here, it would usually say my book, right? And you're gonna click on here, you're gonna go up here to where it says erase. You're gonna put in the name that you would like. So let's say, so it's gonna look like this. For you, it's gonna say my book. You wanna change it to the name you like. 12TB 2025 is what I would choose, because that's what I'm using it for. But it's gonna already be at exFAT. You wanna change it from exFAT to Mac OS Extended Journal if you are using only an Apple products. Okay, so if you're gonna be using mainly Apple software, then that's great. If you're only gonna be using you know, Windows, then use exFAT and then format it in the exFAT, because you want it to be, you know, formatted to, sorry you guys, I'm sick, so talking a lot fucks with my insides, but you want to make sure that it's on the same, you know, software. So you have to format it before you utilize it, so that way it can understand your computer a lot better, okay? So I'm formatting it for Mac OS Extended Journaled, just like so. And I'm gonna hit erase. And when I hit erase, it's gonna erase everything that's on there currently. And it's gonna reformat it, okay? So nothing's on there right now. I'm just gonna reformat it. It's gonna erase it just like so. Now it's it, boom. So now it's done. You guys can even partition it if you would like. I used to do this, but I stopped doing it. I am now at the point where I only, partition it myself using folders. But for here, you can add multiple partitions, as many as you want. Even partitions, I used to do 4. If you want to put somewhere, it's a backup, probably a portion of it. It's just backup. And, oh man, this thing is kicking my ass, y'all. And you can have a portion of it as well that can, let's say, for example, you want to do 3, you could do backup, you can do client work, and I can do YouTube or content creation, and you can split it up like that. But me personally, I just like having one nice, concise. I don't want to make it do too much work that it has to really do. I'm going to hit cancel for that as well. Now we're going to go ahead and open it up. We'll go to my search menu right here. You don't have to do this. You can just like go regular, but I'm just doing it for y'all. Go to Finder. Now your Finder's going to pop up. You're going to have a Finder window. Just like so. Now you can go to 12 TB right here. Boom, just like so. And the first folder that I make are going to be dependent of your biggest category that you work in. So if you're doing YouTube, I'm going to do YouTube 2025. And then here I'm going to do clients, client work. You can do 2025 if you want or whatever, but those are my main 2 things that I do personally. And let's say, for example, if I have a client, I've done a video on that, so you guys can watch that video where I actually show you guys directly after the workflow of a client how I sort their files out and how I organize all of their things. That's going to be on the Patreon. The link will be down below for that. And yeah, so that's pretty much it, you guys. However you want to separate this, you can. You have client work, maybe you have YouTube, maybe you have Patreon. Like for me, I'm going to have a Patreon section. For my Patreon videos that I'm making 2025, YouTube 2025, client work, just different stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? To be able to keep yourself kind of accountable, but also keep yourself very organized as well. If you guys want to see the recent one that I have, Command T, I'll show you guys my 2024 currently. I have videos, I have e-commerce, I got my LUTs, I have my Final Cut, my final exports, my Instagram LUTs, I have screen recordings, and then I also have short form video content. I have my travel photography, my vlogs, my YouTube 2024, and then my assets for YouTube. That's how I have it split up right now, but the more and more I keep doing this each year, I kind of get more in depth with how I'm going to split it up. So that's how I split it up last year, but this year I might just keep it to 3 or 4 main categories, maybe e-commerce, YouTube, Patreon, and clients. And then just kind of split it up like that and just work around that with 2025. So yeah, and then each one of these folders will get deeper. So for example, if I have YouTube, it'll have a YouTube videos, right? It'll be videos, it'll be final exports, it'll be thumbnails, stuff like that. So I'll go in here, I might have one that says thumbnails, right? I might have one that says music. I might have one that says thumbnails, music, final exports for 2025, stuff like that. So that way, boom, I can be very organized throughout this while also continuing to work through it. So I will make more videos on this and give you guys updates like as I get into the month and show you guys how this like really works in my day-to-day life. But make sure to let me know what else you guys want to see down in the comments below. I really appreciate you guys for watching this video. Thank you guys so much. Until next time, taxi.